love those peaceful moments. My dogs are running out in the yard, playing. I'm sitting in the quiet, having my coffee. It's just really nice. Looking for a dry blanket. There we go. Oh, this room's just full of blankets. Okay, day two. Day two. Now, normally we do this exercise in prep week, but I wanted to do the prep week built into the challenge for May. And this one is really hard for people. There's two ways you can do it. It's a kitchen clean out, and it's really uncomfortable for people. My suggestion to you, if you have a family and a lot of the stuff in your kitchen belongs to your family, that sort of thing, the most beautiful bird. Oh my gosh, guys, hold on. Look at this bird. Just a minute. Oh, it flew away. Oh my gosh. Sorry. I got distracted. It's the most orange bird I have ever seen. I'm gonna have to look that up later. Sorry. Distraction. Okay. It's the kitchen clean out. So if your family has stuff in the kitchen, my suggestion is that you include your family in the process. It's less negative if you do that. If you explain to your family why you want to do this, and my suggestion is if you have kids, teens, younger kids, grown adults, just explain them that you want to be healthier. Keep the focus on your health, and then talk about family health. I want to be healthier. I want to teach you guys how to be healthier. And this stuff, like my kids know to hide their chocolate. If I buy them a bag of cookies, because I don't completely deny them treats. In fact, they probably have too many. What kid doesn't? They keep their cookies in their room because they won't actually eat them unless they ask permission, except for one. She'll eat all of them, but put their stuff in their room. You know, my husband has an area where he keeps his stuff. And in general, we just try not to have it in the kitchen because the kitchen is my go-to spot in the evening when I'm digging for treats and I just can't have them. So when you're cleaning out your kitchen, like I said, there's two ways to do this. Involve your family, be ruthless. But if you're caught up on like, it's food, it's not okay to throw it out, find a neighbor who would like it. You can even post on Facebook, hey, I've got a whole bunch of food. Some of it's open, some of it's not. Does anybody just want it? And I guarantee you, like, even if you put that on a community site, somebody will come and get it. I've never had it where somebody didn't, because I give mine away instead of throwing it away. On the flip side, you can throw it away. It's just every time I see that, for me, this is personal, so no judgment. You do what you want to do. Try not to throw it away. Just, you know, in general, food is sustenance for life, right? So throwing it away kind of sits differently for me. But like I said, there's two ways you can do it. You can donate it to someone or you can throw it away. Get it out of your kitchen. Get it out. And declutter your kitchen. You know, sometimes there's even appliances that are toxic to our journey. And it could be things like ice cream makers, you know, the air fryer. Now, I won't get rid of my air fryer because I actually make my healthier versions of my favorite foods in my air fryer. 2 nights ago, I made chicken pizza, which was basically I made all the kids pizza. And then I made myself a bed of chicken breast with cheese and pizza sauce. And I ate that as my pizza. And it was filling and satisfying. There's all kinds of things you can move around and get rid of. And if sticky notes help you, or little, you know, motivational things that you hide in your kitchen, do that. But this is a really challenging exercise for people. People really struggle with this one, which is why I didn't want to have it in the prep week, because the community, like our community, and starting that conversation hasn't gotten vocal yet. I always notice like in week 2 is where people really start to engage more. So the kitchen clean out I've kind of moved. And you're going to notice your attachments to food. So I don't know if you know who Mary Kondo is. It's like, does this bring you joy? And I want you to ask yourself this question. Does this bring you like joy of life, longevity, peace, psychological joy? Or is it a temporary dopamine hit, a quick hit, an unhealthy hit? Does it bring you joy? And I really want you to think about that like people struggle cleaning out their closets with clothes. And Mary Kondo says, ask yourself, does it bring you joy? If it doesn't bring you joy, get rid of it. She's like a decluttering guru, and she was really popular like 10 years ago. But that's a really good question to ask yourself when you're trying to get rid of it. Because the thing is when you are trying to make a change, you have to make an environmental change. And if you read books about changing habits or self-help books that don't have anything to do with weight loss, all of the suggestions that they make literally can be done with weight loss. So if I'm thinking of the book Atomic Habits, they talk about physical barriers to the bad habit. So moving the food to a different location. Mine is like out of sight, out of mind. That's a really good one for me. But another one is like if I know that the chocolate or the chips are in my kitchen, even if I put them up high, I'll grab a chair and get it. And sometimes when I'm grabbing that chair, I'm like, no, this isn't worth it. But most of the time I'm in that like dark autopilot thing where I'll literally do anything. So sometimes I just can't have it in the house. And cleaning out my own kitchen, like my kitchen is, even now, like if I went in there, it's pretty clean. Like it's pretty, not clean, it's a mess. But insofar as food, I've learned over the years what can go in my kitchen and what cannot go in my kitchen. Sorry, when the birds fly by, I'm just like, oh, what kind of bird is that? And the kitchen is like my safe haven for what I'm setting myself up for. And having gone through the April that I went through, which is so many health issues, I did not break out in hives yesterday again. So I'm really content about that. I've cleaned up my diet. I'm still drinking my shake every day. So it's not, I don't think it's my shake. I am still going to see the specialist, but I'm feeling a lot better. And that is really just has me focused on, okay, I really need to take care of myself because all of my health issues are due to my morbid obesity. I lived a life of morbid obesity for too long and my body suffered, and I carry those diseases and those consequences of my actions. Now, I don't want to add to that. I don't want to aggravate them. They're very managed right now. And as I progress through, well, I guess the later years of my life, I turned 42 in a couple days. My focus really is on living the healthiest years to come that I can. And I don't beat myself up about, I don't blame the heavier version of me on, why I'm not feeling well some days and all that stuff. I know the consequences of obesity. And the sooner you learn to control the food impulses that you have and you create these routines and barriers, the longer you're going to live. And for some people, taking an open bag of chips and throwing it in the garbage is really hard. Some people struggle to throw out a stale bag of chips. I've eaten stale chips. I'm not going to lie to you. Food has a weird control over us. It's an addiction. And we blame ourselves and we harm ourselves with our thoughts just as much with a food addiction as with a contraband addiction or alcoholism or whatever you want to label it. You have to take it seriously and you have to be kind to yourself because you're not that person anymore. And you got to tell yourself, I don't do this anymore. I don't go to that restaurant anymore. I don't take my whole family for takeout anymore. But listen, sometimes I do. Okay? McDonald's is a huge treat in our family. And I have extremely active kids. And sometimes when it's like a celebration or a birthday or whatever, I'm like, where do you want to eat? We're going to celebrate. And they choose McDonald's. I don't eat there anymore. I don't buy myself a meal. I eat first. And that's multifaceted, okay? You can build McDonald's in. I'm not saying you have to cut everything out. This is my story. McDonald's harms my body because of my kidney disease, irritable bowel. I cannot handle the salt. I don't have a gallbladder for all that fat. I don't eat there anymore. That's my narrative. And maybe there's a place or an item I don't get the full flavor caramel macchiato venti from Starbucks anymore. If I do want to get one, I will get skinny. Is that what it's called? I don't even know. Charlie, you're not coming in here. So go away. Quit being a pest. I modify what I get for my treat. I'll have a couple bites of the kids' French fries. I don't really have a bite of their burgers because I don't crave it anymore. That craving is gone. I used to be a double Big Mac queen. Not anymore. Still enjoy it if I have it, but it's part of the addiction, right? It's the craving. I don't do that anymore. I don't. And that narrative is up here, and it's very, very strong for me. But I've been doing this for years. So you have got to look at your life. You've got to look at those physical things in your life that they're not bringing you joy. They're bringing you harm. They're harming you. They're hurting you. And you've got to say to yourself, just as you're cleaning out the kitchen, does this bring me joy? And it might be broccoli, and you don't even like broccoli, but the joy you get from the broccoli is the healthier version of you that you're going to become. And that's the point, because a lot of people who are trying to sell things, they focus on the word weight loss because that's what sells. People want to lose weight. But I want you to focus on the word health. Replace the word weight loss with health, because the healthier version of you is going to be thinner, period. It is. Unless you're underweight, and I know there are some people who follow me who are underweight and they just want to learn to manage because it's psychological, right? Does the food bring you joy? Does the choice bring you joy? When you pull into that drive-through, does this bring me joy? And I had the opportunity, I was in the city, I had the opportunity to eat wherever I want. I was out with a friend of mine, and she was like, where do you want to eat? I'm like, you know what? Do you just want to go to Subway? Because I just want a salad. I do. I just want a salad. Because I don't like eating out to fast food places anymore. Even sit-down places, sometimes I'm like, I don't know. But that's my choice. Because I don't feel good after I eat out now. My body hurts. My bowels hurt. I've had surgeries after surgeries that I have to be careful with. So I'm like, I'm punished. It does not bring me joy. It brings me pain. So that's a barrier that the world has put in place for me with my nutrition. It's tough. It's hard. And we talked about this yesterday. I get it. And when you're cleaning out your kitchen, it's going to be hard. So prepare and be strong, because you are strong and you can do this. And your family can do this. If I sat my kids down right now and I said, listen, guys, we have to make this change in our family because it's really important to me. And these are the reasons why. And this is why I need your support. I don't think any of my kids would be like, that's not fair. No, I think they would understand. If I did a good job explaining how important it was to me, they would do a good job. My husband, same thing. If I sat him down and said, listen, this is really important to me. What do you think? He would be supportive as long as it was something healthy for me and my family and he felt like I wasn't going to be doing harm. That's it. Another thing I've had, I mentor all of you guys and it's wonderful and I love it. But I need some guidance. And I do my Beachbody and I love my Beachbody. But I have a lot of equipment in my garage that's not set up. So I had a conversation yesterday with someone who's a fitness model, and she is a nationally competing bodybuilder. Tons of information. And I asked her, I'm like, do you do personal training? And she's like, well, no, I'm not certified, yada, yada. I'm like, yeah, but could you just show me how to use this stuff? Just help me put it together, help me build a routine, help me be more accountable. Because even coaches need coaches, right? Even I need someone to motivate me, and you guys motivate the hell out of me. But I don't know how to use this incredibly amazing equipment that I have. I stick to my Beachbody stuff and my treadmill and my Beachbody bike, and I'm happy with that. But I need to learn to do other things too, and it's kind of fun and kind of exciting, and I want to socialize. And this is a person I've known for 15 years, probably longer, and I'm excited about it because it mixes a little bit of forced social aspects on me. But cleaning out the kitchen, obviously, that's my segue to getting your exercise space ready, whether that's going for walks and setting up where your clothes are going to be. But that's a conversation for another day. This is your homework. You are going to go into your kitchen with an open mind. You are going to include your family, or you are not going to include your family. Make a cupboard for the junk. Make a room for the junk. Make a space for the junk if it cannot be removed from the environment. And then you start to learn to replace those items with healthier versions. If you struggle really strongly with the addiction to the food or to the habit, replace it first. Have it there, but then also have the thing you're trying to replace it with. For me, I bought like these super ridiculously healthy crackers from Costco, and I've stuck to those. I haven't been eating the kids' crackers because I put the healthy ones right beside them. So instead of going in and grabbing Cheez-Its, which are like deep fried and not good for you at all, I'm grabbing these like made of seed, brown rice, like really heavy, thick crackers. Little changes like that make a big difference. Trust me, because I'm not going to overeat those other crackers. They're really not that great, but you know, depends on the accessory you put on them. That's better. We're going to learn how to do this together. You're not on your own. If you're struggling, send me a message. I'd also really, really love for you to post a photo. I just spilled my coffee on myself. Post a photo of what you're getting rid of. You don't have to say if you're throwing it out or giving it away. And don't be embarrassed by what's there. It's motivating. If somebody sees your bag of chips being taken out, they're going to go, I have a bag of chips like that in my house. Trust me, sharing your real story and not hiding it is more valuable than anything you could possibly do in these groups. It's valuable to you, and it's valuable to the people who participate in it, and it's valuable to me. So if you don't want to do that on like a public page like on here, just go into Rosology and comment in Rosology. Okay? I love you guys. Bye.